Welcome to the news of the day for Halloween of 2020. I've got my. Of course, I have one of these. Why wouldn't I have one of these? How I'd look silly if I had a Mandalorian jersey and I didn't have one of these. And I, of course, got my Boba Fett hat. And you watched the first episode of the second season, right? It's fantastic. I'm so glad it's back. Perfect timing. Anyways, with all the cuteness and all that, let us discuss the happenings from around the hockey world as of October 31st. Quiet day so far today. Very, very quiet. Even for this offseason, it's been relatively quiet. But Yegor Chinakov, KHL Rookie of the Year, or Rookie of the Month. Not Rookie of the Year. Getting ahead of myself. Rookie of the Month in the KHL. Good news for Columbus. He's played great. This is, of course, one of the reasons why Columbus would have drafted him where they did. He's got off to a very good start. I said after that draft, it looks like players that got off to a good start in Europe may very well have moved up some draft lists. And I think Chinakov may have been one of those guys. So Columbus may have found themselves a pretty good deal in the first round. And it's way too early to say that, but sure. We'll go ahead and do that because there's nothing to disprove that right now. Vince Dunn, his contract not close to done with the St. Louis Blues. So there's not really, and again, I've said this before, if you haven't got a free agent signed right now, there's not really any pressure. If you have an RFA, he's still your property. Nobody's giving out offer sheets. There's not really any pressure to do anything. We don't know when next season's even going to start. So the pressure to get a guy signed, it's not there yet. And it's not going to be there for a while yet. So St. Louis also, they're looking at Steen, Tarasenko, an injury we know of for Tarasenko, where he's having shoulder surgery. He's going to be out to start the season. And rumblings that Alex Steen may start the season as well on LTIR, which would give them cap relief. They're currently $1.1 million above the cap. By making those moves, they'd be well under the cap. And then the salary cap and how it's all figured out from there and the daily running tallies and all that, they have capologists for a reason. So, yeah. The cap relief could help St. Louis out greatly. Of course, not having Tarasenko in the lineup hurts. And Steen's contract they may have been trying to get out of anyways during the offseason and may not have had any takers. Travis Roy, this happened a couple days back, and it's one of those things that I really wish 2020 had stopped giving us these things to report on. He passes on, 45 years of age, so younger than I am at this stage. He was paralyzed 11 seconds into his first shift at Boston University. 11 seconds into his first shift of college hockey. And then he's gone on to be a motivational speaker, giving up to 40 motivational speeches a year along the lines of not letting physical limitations limit your future and what you're able to do. So it is a shame, and the outpouring, especially from the New England area regarding his passing, has been strong, much like, of course, with Joey Moss, where it's been really strong from the Edmonton community in the NHL. So, double whammy this week. That's been just stop it, just stop it. 2020, you've done enough. QMJHL resuming play this weekend in the Quebec divisions. Of course, the Maritime division has been playing the whole way through. It had been suspended since October 14th due to positive cases. There haven't been any new positive cases since then among those teams. And in the red zone, teams still will not be playing. So the province of Quebec's had a red zone in place where local restrictions mean you can't play. So that affects 6 out of those 12 teams that are in that red zone. And we'll see if the provincial government and the QMJHLs are able to figure out some kind of way to make this work. The WHL, of course, will start playing January 8th and the OHL February 4th. And we'll see what kind of setup we have for those leagues. Numbers are trending in a bad direction. Yes, numbers and those trends can change quickly. So we've seen in previous instances where things have gotten a lot better. So you can't rule out things could actually get better. And I know what everything's being said right now. But we just don't know where things are going to be at January 8th or February 4th, so we'll just keep playing it by ear. The SHL, Swedish League, has postponed 2 of their games due to positive tests. A large number between those teams that were affected. But in general, it looks like it's isolated right now to those teams. And Yeah, again, this is all trying to exist during a pandemic kind of hockey. So this is just how this works. And again, I've said this before. The NHL will be watching all the other professional leagues, as well as the minor leagues and other hockey leagues, especially. All right, so what did they do right? What did they do wrong? What made it work? What made it not work? And then they can figure it out from there. The longer they delay announcing a start date for next season, the better chance I think the NHL has of finishing it. It's sort of like if they decided to come back and start playing in April this year. It's possible they would have had a plan that was a lot less rigorous and a lot less well thought out, and it may have fallen apart. So, all the best to the SHL and the QMJHL. And locally here, the BCHL, the preseason's been underway for a bit. The season actually starts December 1st, but there's a lot of players who are looking to play hockey, looking for ice time, which means WHL players who don't play until January 8th, some of them are showing up in the BCHL as well. And so you're seeing one case so far. It was on the Surrey Eagles. One case. That player's in isolation. There have been no further cases since then. So the BCHL, and again, it's a matter of just, keep it as safe as possible. And they're doing well enough. And I believe it's the Victoria Grizzlies that are currently 7-1-2, and feeling probably pretty good about their chances with that kind of a record. But, there's no fans in attendance, and the league's doing its best to make this work. So, fingers crossed for them and for all the leagues that are doing their best to make this happen. And, again, once we know what the NHL is going to do, we'll be here. I'll be here to report that to you. And, of course, with the KHL, they're still doing their best to navigate everything. And that's been with mixed results as well. But so far, the KHL hasn't had to cancel anything, and they've said they're not suspending their season. And NHL teams are still sending players over to the KHL to play. So if there was that much concern about safety and all this other stuff, you wouldn't think they'd be sending players over to the KHL. But, as always, it is an evolving situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And again, happy Halloween. We do have the live stream coming up later on. They're doing a drive-through trick-or-treating here locally that Yvonne's taking the kids to. So after that's been done, we'll have a live stream. I'll come up with an exact time for that and post it on the channel, and likely use Yoda here as the thumbnail. I'm not technically wearing a costume. I'm kind of always wearing a costume anyways, so it's nothing new for me. It's just that's the normal outfit. Yvonne too. Nobody's gonna look at her wearing a Halloween costume. Wow, that's weird. Be weird if she wasn't. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And for me, and from the child, I know it's not technically Yoda, it's the child. This is the child. And from me, from the child, thanks for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.